Hey guys, this is Disha with Quick Take, where I break down huge topics into bite sized chunks of knowledge. Today's topic is a quick take on the timeline of events that led to the landmark decision by the Supreme Court to give the disputed land on which the Babri Masjid stood over to the construction of the Ram Mandir. Here is the 500-year-long tale presented to you in a span of minutes. The story begins all the way in the ancient city of Ayodhya, long believed to be the birthplace of Lord Ram. An invader by the name of Babur, who was a descendant of Timur and Genghis Khan, began his conquest of India somewhere in the 1520s. He is said to have demolished an existing temple of Lord Ram and built what would come to be known as the Babri Masjid over it in 1528. The first recorded instances of communal violence over the site took place in the year 1853, where a group of Hindus known as the Nirmohis claimed that the land belonged to them. The British, who were the rulers at the time, did not address the issue. Sporadic instances of violence kept on happening every now and then until, in the year 1859, the colonial British administration had to put a fence around the site, denominating separate areas of worship for Hindus and the Muslims. And that's how it stood for around 90 years. Then, in the year 1949, fresh revolts and disputes broke out when an idol of Lord Ram was found inside the Babri Mosque. Both groups filed a civil suit regarding this issue. In the year 1950, Gopal Chandra Bisharad filed a suit in the Faizabad District Court for rights to worship the idols of Ram Lala, whereas Hashim Ansari requested the court to have the idols removed from the mosque. Following this, the state government declared the entire area to be disputed and locked the gates until further orders. Then in the year 1961, the Sunni Central Waqf Board of Uttar Pradesh moved to court demanding that the idols of Ram Lala be removed from the mosque premises. In the 1980s, a committee headed by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad was formed specifically for the construction of the Ram Mandir. And it's said that after losing favor with Hindu voters as a result of overturning the Supreme Court verdict on the Shah Bano case, Rajiv Gandhi government sought to regain favor with the Hindu voters and ordered the gates of the Babri Masjid to be opened following the court ruling. Now, not only the priests but all Hindus could enter the site and offer their prayers. In retaliation, the Muslim side set up the Babri Mosque Action Committee. By the year 1989, 4 suits were at the Faizabad court regarding the Babri Masjid issue, and all of them were escalated to the Allahabad High Court. In February of 1989, the clamour for building a Ram temple was growing, and the VHP proclaimed that a Shila or a stone would be established for the construction of the temple near the area. In November, the VHP began laying foundations of the temple on land adjacent to the disputed structure in the presence of then Home Minister Bhuta Singh and the Chief Minister N.D. Tiwari. After this, communal riots broke out everywhere in the country, especially in places such as Bhagalpur in Bihar. By the time the 90s rolled around, the BJP had grown to be a strong opposition to the Congress, and much of their support was because of their stance on the Ram Mandir issue. Then BJP President Lal Krishna Advani organized a cross-country Rath Yatra all the way from Somnath to Ayodhya to rally support for building a Ram temple at the site. He had thousands of followers called Kar Sevaks who went with him on this journey. But by the time the rally reached the UP-Bihar border, L.K. Advani was imprisoned. This angered a lot of the Kar Sevaks, and violence and riots broke out all over the country. The Kar Sevaks were then gunned down under orders of then CM Mulayam Singh Yadav, and many people lost their lives. Then came the fateful day of December 6, 1992, where hundreds and thousands of Kar Sevaks attacked the Babri Masjid and razed it to the ground. Immediately after, the country was seized by communal riots, causing hundreds to die. The government instituted something known as the Liberhan Commission to address this issue under retired Justice M.S. Liberhan. Then in the year 1994, another significant ruling that affected this case was given when a 5-member bench declared that in the case of Dr. Ismail Farooqi versus the Union of India, the Babri Mosque was not an integral place of worship and that it did not have particular religious significance. This ruling was not received well by Muslim groups. In the year 2003, the court ordered the Archaeological Survey of India to investigate if a temple to Lord Ram did indeed exist below the Babri Masjid site. In August, the ASI presented evidence of an older structure believed to be a large Hindu complex present under the mosque. Muslim groups disputed these findings. Then in the year 2010, on the 30th of September, the Allahabad High Court pronounced its verdict on the Ayodhya dispute and divided the land into 3 parts, one of which would go to the Nirmohi Akhada, the second part would go to the Sunni Waqf Board, and the third to the Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha. In December, the Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha and the Sunni Waqf Board escalated the matter to the Supreme Court, challenging part of the Allahabad High Court's verdict. The next verdict of significance was pronounced in 2019 after, on August 6th, a 5-judge constitution bench led by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi of the Supreme Court began the final hearing on the case. The final hearing in the Supreme Court ended on October 16th, but the bench reserved its final judgment and granted 3 days to the contesting parties to file any grievances on written notes. On November 9th, the final judgment was delivered, and the SC gave the entirety of the 2.77-acre land to Ram Lala and a 5-acre land elsewhere in Ayodhya to the Sunni Waqf Board. On December 12th, all petitions seeking review on this issue were dismissed by the Supreme Court, putting an end to the almost 500-year tale. And now we come to the present. On August 5th, 2020, Prime Minister Narendra Modi performed the Bhumi Pujan of the Supreme Court mandated Ram Temple in Ayodhya, bringing fruition to BJP's Mandir movement that defined its politics for around 3 decades and took it to the heights of its power. And that was the entire story, folks. Please comment your thoughts below and suggest any topics you would like me to cover next. Like, share, and for more such educational videos, please subscribe. Bye.